Okay, so Assalamu alaikum, this is video 5. Okay, so okay, so as I said, he had no private life. He only had a public life, okay? That was the attempt to try to create a public life. I mean, a private life, but because he was so generous, right? He didn't want to be greedy. He didn't want to be selfish. He shared everything about his life he shared, okay? But the Wade wants to make us think, believe my version. I knew him personally. No, this is my version, so believe mine. Despite he was in the public eye for, 45 years, we're to believe Wade Robinson, okay, who perjured himself, okay, the perjurer, the Judas, okay. Now, so, and we to believe him as his version, his delusion as unmitigated truth to support him. Okay, we're to support this this deception of Michael being according to based upon us not knowing him privately. Okay, so because we don't know him privately, we're to assume we're to label him a schizophrenic, right? According to Wade, right? Now, and because he brainwashes people, okay? He brainwashes individuals and manipulates them. He manipulates innocent little children who are so helpless, little children at 7 years old, okay? He manipulates them. And the children are unable because they're psychologically and emotionally unable and also unwilling to accept that the fact that they're being raped is not bad, right? Because they're being manipulated, right? To the point they're so manipulated that their family is even unable to determine to recognize that their child is being manipulated and brainwashed for 7 years. There's no change in the behavior to whereby the family would even know, right? Okay, but suddenly he breaks down at when he gets his own child, right? And all the focus is supposed to be, all our empathy, the bleeding heart is to be focused on his child, okay, whereby believe in his compassionate heart, right? The crocodile, that's some crocker shit. More perjury, right? Okay. And it's to bury the legacy, okay, of the direction humanity is to go before okay, man is purged, because man has to purge himself before he's purged, right? Because we know the purging is going to come too, right? The purging is going to come after what, in 2000. Toward the end of 2024. That's when the purging is going to happen, right? With the shafts being separated from the wheat, right? So if you don't purge now, come toward 2024, you're going to be purged, right? The universe is going to purge you, right? Because you will not have been prepared yourself to ascend to be able to take care of yourself. Because you were too busy following the drum, thinking he was being a hardliner because he supported racism. He supported plantation consciousness. He supported furthering the Andrew Jackson's legacy of slavery, right? Of racism, of Ku Klux Klanism, of Confederacy. You decided to follow that was a better lead, right? To make America great again. When all the while he told you he had a Zionist daughter, okay? And I told you the direction he was leaning, right? So you still followed him. So when 2024 or 25 comes along and the wheat starts getting separated and you're separated because you didn't lift your consciousness, that's your goddamn problem. Okay? Because you were warned to utilize the energy. And the energy time will have passed to be able to transform yourself. You will have done it to yourself. Okay? It won't be anybody else because you will have believed the drum. And the drum is trying to save himself. Okay, by allying with those who thinks he has power and placing his children in positions where he thinks he has power. Okay, so you go on and hardline base and continue to support Trump because he's saying white power. Okay, them days for white power is gone. Okay, you better be hollering power for yourself. You better be hollering celestial power. You better be hollering to get some of that black power that's being downloaded from the universe and follow the legacy. Okay, that's what you need to do. Okay. Because when your sons and daughter are called upon in a war against Iran and Syria, because he's fighting the Zionist, the Rothschild, the British Rothschild Zionist Wahhabi ISIS war for the kingdom of Saud, okay? Then, and your son or daughter passes in that, okay? While you at work, on the job, building military weapons to send over there for your sons and daughters to fight, okay? You will have done it to yourself. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. Okay. So, you're being manipulated now. You're being told to follow the right direction, but you want to follow the drunk, okay? Okay. So you're seeking to, okay, we read that, okay? And the way that Robeson is placed out there to redirect your attention. Follow the drum, follow the drum, follow the drum, follow the drum, follow the drum. That's his duty, to stand outside and point you toward the drum, okay? By making you think, oh, the real King of Kings to be followed was a child molester. He molested the Judas, right? Okay, and he'd be the first one, the only one that's telling the truth, right? Okay, all the other ones have been found out to be liars and wanting to extol money, you know, having criminal records themselves, okay? But he's going to be the first. Any perjurer who commits perjury to commit perjury, okay? Okay. And the world's supposed to believe because Michael Jackson brainwashed him. He told him that their careers would be over. He told a 7-year-old child whose career would be over. To even tell a 14-year-old child their career would be over. A child until they're 18 don't have a career. Okay? But Michael Jackson was brainwashing him. Okay? On a child's level, but yet talking about career, so using the language of adults. Okay? But I'm sure they'll try to refine their bullshit. Okay? Okay? Just in case he resurrects. Just in case. Okay? Because black people can do miracles, right? Okay. Okay. Now, okay. So he was worried about his career. It would be over if people found out he was being raped, and he didn't even know if it was wrong. Being raped was wrong, but he had to be brainwashed in order for it to happen. Okay. Now, so as he pleads for the viewer to suspend belief in his reality in order to accept the delusional fictional truth of Wade, the Judas crocodile Robertson, okay, crocodile shit Robertson, which is his desire to seek the African American Hebrew Israelite King of Kings access to his golden trust, right? He wants to destroy the legacy, kill the legacy by saying, oh, if somebody did that to him, he would kill them, right? To imply that. For when we look at or even think about the King of Kings, we get so mad. We're supposed to be so simple-minded and brainwashed because when he looked at his little child, he crumbled. He crumbled at the thought of that happening to his child, and it all came back to him. But then again, he perjured himself again. He lied again, said he wasn't dumb. He wasn't sleeping to it all the time. It wasn't repressed memory. He knew all the time. Wow. Sounds like he's schizophrenic. Judas is the new Judas is schizophrenic. He's thinking about when he was with Jesus, and then when he was with the Michael Jackson, the King of Kings, with the Christ-like consciousness. So it's confusing at times, bumping in and out of reality consciousness. Right? Okay. So, okay, so now, so he's to, humanity's to, the Ummah is to believe Judas. So Ummah, pray for the legacy of the King of Kings. Okay? Pray for the legacy, pray for his family. You know, pray for the occupations of the Holy Lands to end. You know, pray for people like this Wade Robertson to go to hell. Pray for Allah to protect the family of Michael's family from these type of crocodiles. Pray for them, okay? Now, so we're to believe his fictional truth, which is the desire to seek the wealth of the African Hebrew Israelite after his estate, just as was biblically prophesied and foretold regarding the king that was to be born of the woman who would rule the world with an iron rod, and there would be a dragon waiting in the shitty waters, ready to consume the child's soul, and the child would be caught up to Allah. Wade is that crocodile. Wade is that crock of shit, that Judas, who was mysteriously came to light when Michael's mother sued AEG, for the wrongful death of her son and all the trauma and pain they caused her son. They fucked her son, so so for fucking her son, she fucked them back. She wanted to fuck them back. They stuck it to her son, so she wanted to stick it to them. They stuck it to her. When they stuck it to her son, they stuck it to her. They fucked her too. They fucked the Jackson family. So the Jackson family had the right to fuck them back. They want to fuck with the Jackson family. The Jackson family should fuck them back. And here comes Wade Robinson, right? To try to fuck them again with this felonious child molestation. And he didn't, not a new child. To perjure himself to go back in time. Okay? To be molested, right? Okay. So then Wade Robinson pops up after the Jackson family stuck it to AEG for sticking it to Michael and causing his death, untimely death, and sticking it to the Jackson family, fucking the Jackson family and bringing them so much pain. Okay, so Jackson mother, like any mother, wanted to fuck them back. I don't blame her. I'd have fucked them too. I'd want to fuck them too. They caused her son's, demise. That causes her, when the son is a family member's demise, that hurts the mother too. That's fucking the mother too. So she wanted to fuck them back to the tune of $40 billion. How can you add pain so how can you put a price tag on someone's pain? That's why $40 million. Okay? Now, or $40 billion. Now, so the truth, the Zionist dragon, shitty. Wait, okay. So we're to believe the Wade's fictional truth, right? Okay. Okay. So, but really they wanted to tried to stick it to Michael again, even after, he transcended the physical world. They want to stick it to him again with Wade Robinson, all right? Stick it to the family again. Just keep sticking them and sticking them and sticking them, right? Devils they are. Okay, so, okay. So, the child will be caught up to Allah because the reptilian dragon or scorpion conspiracy would be waiting to kill him. Wade's delusional fictional truth is the Zionist dragon, the shitty dragon, the unholy concocted babble shit seeking to do the synagogue of Lucifer's mess. Okay? They're waiting to do Lucifer's part. Wade is waiting to do Lucifer's part. The biblical prophecy, and that is wade in the water, okay, but he's willing to do it for a small fee. He is willing to spend all of his eternity for this performance. He's been willing to spend all his eternity for the performance, right? So inshallah, Ummah, pray for the pray for the family of the King of Kings. Pray for his legacy. Pray for him as a martyr. Pray, that Allah's will be done, and the Ummah of the Sun, the golden children of the Sun, declare their lineage and stand up and demand the synagogue of Satan, those imposters, get out of the Holy Land of Palestine, the Holy Land of Jerusalem. They are not the children of Israel, and only the African people who have been taken from, the motherland can claim this heritage, this identity, and claim the false ones and demand that they leave. So, inshallah, on my part, as a Hebrew Israelite that was taken from the kingdom of Ethiopia, the kingdom of Judah, as a Hebrew Israelite, I demand those Zionists, those Rothschild Zionists, to get out of Palestine. They are not of the nation of Jacob. They are of the synagogue of Satan, the Israeli converts. And I demand in the name of Allah that you leave. And I demand in the name of Allah that the Saudi Wahhabists get out of Hijaz. In the name of Allah, leave. Get out. And Allah, should they be disobedient to your what is your will, punish them and get them out, take them out by any of your means necessary. And Ummah, you got to stand up and demand that they leave. And Ummah of Jacob, you got to demand that those Zionists leave Palestine. You got to demand it. You can get them out. Stand and demand it. You're the rightful heirs. Okay? And according to Amos 9, you're the rightful heirs. Demand it. Demand this persecution end. Or what? Be party to it? Collusion? Like the Trump is being accused of collusion? Okay? There's a scandal of him being, associated with collusion? So you are associating yourself with collusion and murdering, Christians, Muslims, and Jews. If you don't demand that the Wahhabis be made held accountable for this maiming and murdering and sacking and pillaging and piracy and all this that they're doing, Muslims, you got to stand up for Hijaz. They're desecrating the Holy Lands. You got to stand and demand that they get out. Okay? They're not going to do it by themselves. Stand up in your dignity and demand they get out. And they must go and call upon Allah to get them out. You can do this. Okay? So, wait, I pray to Allah to send you to hell for what you're doing. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all the curses that all the angels ever applied to a man be applied to you, Judas. Wade, wading in the water to try to sack, the resurrection of the nation of Judah, being a party of that. I pray to Allah to punish you, to send you to Jahannam. And that is hell, the fire. And I pray to He sends the British Rothschild Zionists and Wahhabists to hell, and get them out of Hijaz and Palestine. Okay, that they stop killing Muslims, Christians, and Jews. Okay, these Zionist Wahhabists stop killing Muslims, Christians, and Jews, and doing it in the name of Jews, Christians, and Muslims. Muslim, Christians, and Jews were not to kill. Okay. Not to shed blood. Okay, they're to save life. Muslim, Christians, and Jews. Okay, and all others who don't go by the name of Muslim, Christian, and Jews. Okay, so anyway, so those who have the Christ-like consciousness, the ones who don't want to grow up and be ugly adults, to which Michael, the King of Kings, didn't want to become like. He didn't want to become an ugly adult that don't care about nobody or nothing. Okay? Love doesn't even matter. Love didn't even matter. True love didn't matter. It was get it when you can, wherever you can, how you can. Take it if you got to. Just like the Trump. So, anyway, that concludes video 5. Salam alaikum.